recipes for easy recipes that are easy to do. And tonight that trend will not change, because tonight I'm going to show you what a nice easy recipe for Mauritian style croquettes is. Those are chicken in like a kind of a batter, deep fried. So let's sit back and look at that right now. So here's the first thing you do. I got the chicken right here. I made sure it was chicken breast. Let's have a look at this. They're all chopped up into, bite-sized chunks, we'll say. Now what you want to do first is take some sesame oil, 2 tablespoons. Sesame oil, some soy sauce. Take 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And then take 2 tablespoons of some rum. And we'll just mix it in with the chicken just a little bit here. Just sort of get the flavor in there a bit. Okay, so just let it sit for about a couple minutes like that. Okay, so just want to get the juicy flavor in there. Okay, so in a couple minutes, we'll continue the rest, so we'll see you soon. Welcome to the resuming of the chicken croquettes video. Now, the next thing we have to do is we have to prepare the batter. So what we need is 3½ cups of flour. So we're going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 1/2 cups of flour. Now, much of the same stuff goes in to here as was in the part that marinates it. Here, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. 2 tablespoons of your sesame oil. 2 tablespoons of rum. 1 teaspoon of salt. Whew. Don't lose the lid, or I'll clean it afterwards. And a teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Okay. So now, blend this up a bit. Now what you need to do is put in 2½ cups of water, maybe a little more to get the texture right, but usually 2½ cups is pretty good. Okay, so 2½ cups of water and we'll see what the texture is like. Make sure you get every little bit in there, of course. Okay, now let's look at the texture here. That's pretty good. So now you want to take about a teaspoon of the yellow food coloring, put that in. And blend her up. So this is the end result of what you get here. Okay, so you fluffy but slightly yellow colored. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take these out and put in a bowl, and then we're going to gradually put the chicken parts in there and then put them in a deep fryer. But when we get in the bowl, we'll talk then. Hi everyone again. Now I didn't want to show myself pulling that little blade out because that really hurts, but here's the rest of it right here. And we're scraping in this little bowl right here. Okay, so now we have the batter here and the chicken, and we're going to go over the deep fryer now and do what looks like should be the final part. Now, we have the oil on here, and it's about 4 on the oven. You can see right there. Don't put it much higher than that. It's really not a good idea. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of slices here, put them in like this, cover them up, and then just drop them in like that. Okay, and eventually it'll stick to it like that. So kind of sticks to each other like this. Drop off as much as you can, and then boom. Okay, now I could show you every single one of them, but of course it's pretty much the same thing all the time, right? So this may take a couple minutes to do, but when all of them are done, we will show you the finished product. And until then, have a good day. Grand finale for the Mauritian style chicken croquettes. Now there's a whole bunch out, but there's the one last one in here, so we might as well pull it out. Pull it out here, looks nice, and put it here. So now, be safe and turn everything off. And here's your finished product here. These are the croquettes there. Makes quite a few of them, doesn't it? Okay, so now, as you saw, it was a pretty easy recipe. All you have to do is put in 3½ cups of flour, about 2½ cups of water. I should take that back, 3¼ cups of flour, 2½ cups of water. You put 2 tablespoons of soy sauce in the batter, 2 tablespoons of sesame oil and 2 tablespoons of rum in there in the batter, and you put a teaspoon of salt and a ½ teaspoon of pepper in there, and then you blend it all in, and you put the food coloring in afterwards. But before that, you have to chop up the chicken at a decent size, bite size, and then what you do is you put 2 tablespoons of rum in there, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and 2 tablespoons of the sesame oil. Put them in there, just shake them up in there a bit and stir them in so the flavor gets in. Okay, so those are the chicken croquettes. We hope you've enjoyed.